Welcome. You're with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another chapter reading from out of the Holy Bible, the book that Moses was inspired to write. Genesis, the beginning, how we was created, why we was created, what we are supposed to do after we are created, what we did after we was created. Look, you're with the Nasty Pastor. Please go over to my YouTube channel at the Nasty Pastor. Subscribe, like, share, comment, put them notifications on. You got what I'm saying? Put them on. Please put them on. We're on chapter 47. We have 3 more chapters left, and it will be the end of that chapter be the end of that book reading. So let's proceed. Let's reflect. Let's recollect. Let's understand that whom we pray to take this serious. Man has made this a game. Man has made this a game for man. Man has made this where that is so much trickery in this. You're being pushed away from whom you're praying to. And you need to be familiar with whom you pray to. You need to be close to whom you're praying to. You need to always understand that whom you're praying to is a friend, is a nurturer, is a beacon of light. You get me? A beacon of light is a lighthouse. While you're out on the water filled with fog in the dark at night. You feel me? Let's get into this reading. Chapter 47. Verse 47. Then Joseph went and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brother, their flocks and their herds, and all that they possesses have come from the land of Canaan. And indeed, they are in the land of Goshen. And he took 5 men from amongst his brothers and presented them to Pharaoh. Then Pharaoh said to his brothers, what is your occupation? And they said to Pharaoh, your servants are shepherds, both we and also our fathers. And they said to Pharaoh, we have come to dwell in the land, because your servants have no pasture for their flocks, for the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. Now therefore, please let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen. Then Pharaoh spoke to Joseph, saying, your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Have your father and brothers dwell in the best of the land? Let them dwell in the land of Goshen. And if you know any competent men among them, then make them chief herdsmen over my livestock. Then Joseph brought in his over my livestock. Let's stop right there. This like the beginning of time. So I get why when there's a famine, they're not prepared to go other places. You get what I'm saying? I get that. Life has just started. This place we call Earth, this rock we live on has just started. So everything is new. Now I say this to you, young world, middle-aged world, elderly world. There are things that arise in your life at a certain time. I used to say this to a lot of women, single parents. I'm gonna say it that way. Single parents that was never prepared during school, Christmas, spring break, birthdays, etc., holidays. They come up, one thing about these holidays, they are predated. So they come around the same time every year. When are you going to say to yourself, okay, school is on the horizon. I got 90 days to get this together. Let me start putting something up. After school, after they enter school, you got another 90 days before Christmas. Let me start putting something up. You can go to the store. You know you're going to get your kids some clothes. You know you're going to get the kids some shoes. You know you're going to get some toys. You can go get some little BS stuff and stack it up in your closet. You can go get some clothes. Peep this right. Let me tell you something. You know, and it will come a time that I'm going to stop even talking about it. My son, my youngest son, had 6 months of everything before he was born, sitting in the closet. You get me? 6 months of everything. There was things that I caught on sale like polo sweaters, Gap shoes, Gap sweaters, jeans, shirts that cost a lot of money. But because I saw it on the clearance rack for $20 when it really was $50, $60, $70, and it was a 1T, but he won't number like 3 months. I said, okay, let me get this because he gonna grow in it. I don't mind putting this $20 on this. He gonna grow in it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm preparing myself down the road to make sure I have clothes for my child. I'm able to clothe my child. You understand me? I don't have to hear his mama mouth and say, well, what are you gonna do this month? How you gonna get this done? How you gonna get that done? She go look in the closet, she shutting up. I ain't got to verbally tell you shut up. I'm gonna show you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you. So what else can you say? You can't come back and say nothing and to release a burden off of your children's mom, your child or your children's mom. That's something she didn't have to worry about. You understand with me? You understand me? She didn't have to worry about that. Got me? That was never our argument. How our child was being raised. Will I provide? Stop preparing yourself because see, there are things that arise in your life, turmoil, evil, wickedness that come at any time. And you need to prepare yourself. You need to know that every day Satan wants you. Satan wants you to just give up. Wants you to be submissive to the most wickedest, nastiest things Satan wants you to go out in these streets to do. Then Joseph brought in his father Jacob and set him before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Jacob, how old are you? And Jacob said to Pharaoh, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not attained to the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their pilgrimage. So Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from before Pharaoh, and Joseph situated his father and his brothers and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, and the best of the land in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. Then Joseph provided his father, his brothers, and all his fathers. Household with bread according to the number in their families. This next verse, chapter 13, the title is Joseph Deals with the Famine. Now there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished because of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan for the grain which they brought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. So when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, "Give us bread, for why should we die in your presence? For the money has failed." Then Joseph said, "Give your livestock, and I will give you bread for your livestock if the money is gone." So they brought their livestock. Joseph gave them bread in exchange for the horses, the flocks, the cattle of the herds, and for the donkeys. Thus he fed them with bread in exchange for all their livestock that year. When that year had ended, they came to him the next year and said to him, "We will not hide from my Lord that our money is gone. My Lord also has our herds of livestock. There is nothing left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our lands. Why should we die before your eyes? Both we and our land, buy us and our land for bread, and we and our land will be servants of Pharaoh. Give us seed that we may live and not die, that the land may not be desolate." Then Joseph brought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh, for every man of the Egyptians sold his field, because the famine was severe upon them. So the land became Pharaoh's, and as for the people, he moved them into the cities, from one end of the brothers of Egypt to the other end. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with you being an Egyptian or a Kenite, and I have to sell you my land. I don't agree with that. Now, I understand that you're from Canaan. I understand you're from the Middle East, and you want to come into Kemet and receive some help. I get that. I get me owning your land then, because I'm housing you in my city. You understand what I'm saying? That is the barter and trade between the famine, between the what they call it, the drought. If that would be best for you to understand that, I get that part. Because I would have did that as Pharaoh. You understand what I'm saying? No joke, I would have. You know what I mean? I take care of my people, but I'm not going to take care of those that are not my people. You understand what I'm saying? My goal as Pharaoh is to own the world, the land of the world. You understand what I'm saying? Because see, if you own land, you understand what I mean? Land, then you have the right to allow or not to allow. If I own Canaan, how can you got to go through Canaan to get to Kemet. So if I own Canaan, don't you think I got a division of my military sitting right there for you? But if I don't own Canaan or don't have no allies with Canaan, isn't it easy for Europe, for Alexander the Great, for them Romans, for them to come in and conquer? Now you're understanding how things was done, why at a time that we needed to have peace and understanding and our ear to the next culture. You got what I'm saying? Our ear to the next culture. You feel me? And because we didn't have our ear to the next culture, we lost some things. We lost some things. We lost control of Kemet. That is when Kemet lost control. Then Joseph bought all the lands of Egypt for Pharaoh, for every man of the Egyptians sold his field, because the famine was severe upon them. So the land became Pharaoh's, and as for the people, he moved them into the cities from one end of the borders of Egypt to the other end. Only the land of the priests he did not buy, for the priests had rations allotted to them by Pharaoh, and they are their rations which Pharaoh gave them. Therefore they did not sell their lands. Then Joseph said to the people, indeed, I have bought you and your land this day for Pharaoh. Look, here is seed for you, and you shall sow the land. And it shall come to pass in the harvest that you shall give 1/5 to Pharaoh. 4/5 shall be your own, as seed for the field, and for your food for those of your households, and as food for your little ones. So they said, you have saved our lives. Let us find favor in the sight of my Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. And Joseph made it a law over the land of Egypt to this day, that Pharaoh shall have 1/5, except for the land of the priests only, which did not become Pharaoh. Now we get into verse 27, and it's Joseph vowed to Jacob. So Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt in the country of Goshen, and they had possessions there, and grew and multiplied exceedingly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years, so the length of Jacob's life was 147 years. When the time drew near that Israel must die, he called his son Joseph and said to him, now if I have found favor in your sight, please put your hand under my thigh and deal kindly and truly with me. Please do not bury me in Egypt, but let me lie with my fathers. You shall carry me out of Egypt and bury me in their burial place. And he said, I will do as you have said. Then he said, swear to me, and he swore to him. So Israel bowed himself on the head of the bed. That's the end of chapter 47, and I want to get back into what I was saying. You know, before Moses, we was allies with Canaan. You understand what I'm saying? Canaan was allies with us. It tells you right there. You got what I'm saying? And it explains to you that during those times, it was hard to come into Africa. It was hard to come into Kemet and just come to war with us. You got what I'm saying? It took centuries for Alexander the Great, for these Romans, for these Greeks to align themselves where that year by year, century by century, there was other countries coming in and weakening our defense. You feel me? Weakening our defense. So if you think there was not people in the cities of Kemet, in the country of Africa, that was spies, you fooled yourself. They was. They was sitting there counting our military. They was sitting there saying, no, I ain't gonna never let their military get to that number. So go on send them Hittites in. You got what I'm saying? No, I ain't gonna never let it get back to that number. Go on send these Arabs in, these Persians in. Cause see, people die. You got casualties at war. I don't care if you win. You still have casualties of war. You see, somebody gonna die on both sides. I mean, apologize. I don't say the word sorry because I'm not a sorry person. I'm not a sorry man. You got what I'm saying? People die when you go to war. People die with these battles. You got what I'm saying? So both take a loss. You get what I'm saying? So I say this to you again, you know, understand that what we lost can be regained in the now. You feel me? In the now can be regained. You know, you have to believe in whom you pray to. You have to walk in the light of whom you pray to. You have to plant the right seeds in the right people, individuals. You feel me? Plant the seed in the right individual so that when you go to talk to the masses, there are ears that will pay attention. You get me? There are ears that will pay attention. There are ears that will put action into what you're saying because they know it to be true. They may not go on and say, hey, the nasty pastor, go follow the nasty pastor. Hey, the nasty pastor, blam, 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 blue, the dot, the woo, woo. You got what I'm saying? Because see, there's some things in the nasty pastor past that ended now is to assassinate my character. And I'm not having it. I'm just not having it. There's a reason. There is, how to put it, forgiveness. There is a afterlife of what I've done. Got me? Retribution. You understand me? Retribution. You feel me? I'm into the abilities. You feel me? Because I kind of laughed when I saw Ayana, I guess her name is Vezant. Ayana Vezant, but Oprah sister. I saw on the Cam Newton show going with the accountability, responsibility, the hootability, and all that, right? And don't get me wrong, I love this woman. I really love this woman. This woman walked away from a life, and rebuilt her life. I really love that strong African woman. You got what I'm saying? If I need to say black, I really do love that black woman. But what I'm trying to say to you is this right here about the abilities. You got what I'm saying? Just don't stand on one. You got to stand on all of them. You feel me? On all of it. You know, I had a woman bring it up to me. And she got the most childish voice in the world, right? You know, you got to take accountability. You got what I'm saying? But then when I think about how she moved in my life, what accountability did you have? You got what I'm saying? You're a hypocrite. You are a living, walking hypocrite. So I say to you once again, you know what I mean? Know who you're talking to. Know who you have allowed into your life. Listen to who you have allowed into your life. Because see, they will make you think you're wrong. But you're right. You get me? You're right. A lot of people, and I'm just not going to base it on women. A lot of men and women walk around thinking that they're right and they're wrong. You get what I'm saying? They're almost right in their teachings because of what they're trying to push out there that someone has paid them, told them, or what they have heard that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? Because see, everybody want to be in the now. Everybody want to talk what the talk is of the now. You feel me? I've been to accountability for everything I've done because the day that I asked for forgiveness from the victims, I've done things to, that's number one, accountability right there. You got what I'm saying? I didn't need to be told that. I didn't need to be told anything from that woman. Anywho, anyway, you've been with the nasty pastor. If you haven't, go to my YouTube channel at the nasty pastor. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'm pushing the fact I want you to turn your notifications on. I'm done with the pushing the subscribe. I need you to have your notifications on. I need you to have them on. Look, I'm out and I love you.